WWE Universe has always been built around shock, surprises, and unforgettable betrayals. Monday Night Raw once again lived up to its reputation when Asuka and Kairi Sane launched a jaw-dropping assault on Rhea Ripley after the main event, but the true shocker came when they turned their backs on IYO SKY, their longtime ally and Damage CTRL teammate. What unfolded inside the squared circle not only left fans gasping but also raised countless questions about the future of the WWE Women's division. In this long-form breakdown, we will cover every angle of the shocking moment, the events leading up to the betrayal, the history between these superstars, the possible storylines WWE may build upon, and the fan reactions that shook social media platforms around the world. The build-up to Raw's main event. The night started like any other episode of Raw, storylines building, rivalries intensifying, and fans anticipating a blockbuster ending. The main event was already stacked with drama as Rhea Ripley, the dominant and fearless powerhouse of Judgment Day, was scheduled to compete in a match that had heavy implications for the women's division. Damage CTRL, consisting of IYO SKY, Asuka, and Kairi Sane, were expected to make their presence felt. The trio had been running roughshod over SmackDown and Raw for months, creating chaos, interfering in matches, and sending a strong message that their alliance was unbreakable. IYO SKY, as WWE Women's Champion, was positioned as the centerpiece of the faction, while Asuka and Kairi Sane added legitimacy and dominance through their combined experience in aggressive wrestling styles. Rhea Ripley, on the other hand, had been building her reputation as one of the most unstoppable forces in WWE. From defeating top stars to maintaining her grip on Judgment Day, Rhea was seen as a superstar who thrived on pressure and confrontation. When WWE announced a match involving Ripley, speculation immediately began on whether Damage CTRL would interfere. Fans expected chaos, but no one predicted the bombshell that was about to explode. The main event unfolds. The main event lived up to the hype, with Rhea Ripley showcasing her usual mix of strength, aggression, and ring IQ. The crowd was electric, chanting her name while also acknowledging the looming threat of Damage CTRL. As the match reached its closing moments, Asuka and Kairi Sane made their way to ringside. At first, their presence seemed like standard Damage CTRL tactics, providing backup for IYO SKY and keeping their faction's dominance intact. However, things quickly took an unexpected turn. After Ripley delivered a devastating riptide to secure the victory, the arena lights dimmed slightly, and the tension rose. That was the moment Asuka and Kairi Sane entered the ring. Fans assumed they would attack Rhea to send a warning shot before IYO SKY possibly challenged her down the line. Instead, what followed left the WWE Universe in absolute shock. The attack on Rhea Ripley. Asuka struck first with a vicious spinning back fist, stunning Rhea Ripley. Kairi Sane followed up with her signature flying forearm, sending Ripley crashing to the mat. The crowd erupted in boos as the two superstars unleashed a coordinated beatdown. Ripley, known for her resilience, tried to fight back, but the numbers game was too overwhelming. Asuka locked in a submission hold while Kairi delivered brutal kicks, targeting Ripley's ribs and legs. The once dominant powerhouse was left gasping for air as the assault intensified. The crowd's reaction was a mix of shock and anger. Ripley, who had positioned herself as one of WWE's most dominant women, was being systematically dismantled by Asuka and Kairi Sane. However, fans were still waiting for IYO SKY, the faction leader, to make the final call. Would she approve of this assault? The shocking betrayal. Turning on IYO SKY. Just when it seemed Damage CTRL was stronger than ever, the storyline took its most shocking twist. IYO SKY entered the ring, initially smiling and applauding the beatdown. Fans assumed she was about to join her teammates in humiliating Ripley. But suddenly, the atmosphere shifted. Asuka and Kairi Sane stopped their attack on Ripley and turned their attention to IYO SKY. The confusion on IYO's face was evident. She shouted at them, demanding answers, but before she could process the situation, Asuka unleashed another brutal strike, this time on her own partner. Kairi followed up with a devastating spinning backfist of her own, leaving IYO stunned in the center of the ring. The betrayal was swift, merciless, and shocking. IYO SKY, the reigning women's champion and leader of Damage CTRL, had just been abandoned by the very allies who had helped her build dominance. The crowd roared with disbelief as Asuka and Kairi stood tall over both Ripley and IYO, cementing their statement, "Alliances in WWE never last forever." WWE Universe reacts. The betrayal instantly became the hottest topic on social media. Hashtags like hashtag Damage CTRL, hashtag Rhea Ripley, and hashtag Asuka Kairi betrayal trended worldwide within minutes of Raw going off air. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with reactions ranging from heartbreak to excitement over the potential storylines ahead. Some fans praised WWE for delivering a genuinely shocking swerve, while others expressed sadness over the apparent end of Damage CTRL as we know it. Memes, GIFs, and fan-made videos of the moment spread like wildfire, proving once again how powerful WWE storytelling can be when executed at the right time. A look back, the history between these superstars. To fully appreciate the magnitude of this betrayal, it's important to revisit the history of these women. Asuka, a decorated veteran with an unmatched winning streak in NXT, former Royal Rumble winner, and multiple-time champion. She has always been portrayed as unpredictable, dangerous, and capable of turning on anyone at any moment. Kairi Sane, known as the Pirate Princess, Kairi won the Mae Young Classic and captured championships during her first WWE run. She has always shared a close bond with Asuka, with the two forming the Kabuki Warriors in the past. IYO SKY, once a beloved high-flying sensation in NXT, IYO became a heel after aligning with Bayley to form Damage CTRL. She eventually won the WWE Women's Championship, with Asuka and Kairi reinforcing her dominance. Rhea Ripley, the powerhouse of Judgment Day, Rhea has become one of the most dominant female wrestlers of this generation, with championship reigns and a fanbase that grows stronger each week. This betrayal didn't come out of nowhere. WWE cleverly planted seeds over time, showing Asuka and Kairi occasionally frustrated with playing second fiddle to IYO. The simmering tension finally boiled over on Raw, giving fans one of the most dramatic betrayals in recent memory. What's next for the women's division? The attack and betrayal open up endless possibilities for WWE's creative direction. 1. Asuka and Kairi vs. IYO SKY. The most immediate storyline could see Asuka and Kairi forming a new alliance, potentially targeting IYO's Women's Championship. This sets the stage for a dramatic feud filled with personal history and emotional storytelling. 2. Rhea Ripley's revenge. Rhea won't forget the brutal beatdown she suffered. Expect her to retaliate, possibly forming an uneasy alliance with IYO SKY against their common enemies. 3. Triple threat or fatal four-way. WWE may decide to intertwine all four women in a high-stakes championship feud, culminating in a blockbuster match at an upcoming premium live event. 4. Damage CTRL's future. With Bayley absent during this episode, questions remain about her role. Will she return to side with IYO, or could she align herself with Asuka and Kairi, leaving IYO completely isolated? Backstage reactions. Reports suggest that WWE officials are thrilled with the fan engagement generated by this shocking moment. Sources note that the company wanted to shake up the women's division and believed that breaking Damage CTRL in this manner would reignite fan interest. Superstars backstage were also buzzing, with many praising the execution of the turn. The chemistry between Asuka and Kairi, combined with the emotional shock on IYO's face, was described as perfectly timed. Global impact. The betrayal also carries international significance. Asuka, IYO SKY, and Kairi Sane are three of the most successful Japanese wrestlers in WWE history. Seeing them in a storyline against one another will not only captivate US audiences but also resonate strongly with fans in Japan, where all three women built their legacies before joining WWE. Conclusion. A new era dawns. The shocking attack on Rhea Ripley and the betrayal of IYO SKY marked a turning point in WWE's women's division. Asuka and Kairi Sane's decision to break free from Damage CTRL sets the stage for rivalries that could define the next year of women's wrestling. For Rhea Ripley, the road to redemption will be brutal, but her resilience suggests she will not back down. For IYO SKY, the heartbreak of betrayal could either crush her or ignite a fire that takes her to even greater heights. One thing is certain. Monday Night Raw delivered one of its most unforgettable cliffhangers, and the WWE Universe will be buzzing until the next chapter unfolds.